Promo Wrestling World, CPW, or well, as I like to call it, home. Well, it's been quite some time since your Irish bastard has decided that he's needed to return, that he's needed to speak up, and that he's needed to silence the naysayers, and that he's needed to silence the hypocrites, because, well, see, your Irish bastard caught wind of a match tonight between one awesome Thomas Austin and one King of Fear, Randy King himself, and, well, while the Irish bastard considers himself an avid fan of both competitors, he decided he was going to look a little bit further into things, make some phone calls, and see exactly what was going on between these two men. And lo and behold, what did I find out? I find out that Mr. Thomas Austin is a member of none other than the Bullet Club in which, well, I've had nothing but the most integral history with in the entirety of all of promo wrestling. See, every single solitary iteration of the Bullet Club, from dawn to the inevitable dusk, has had its quarrels with the Irish bastard. See, they've either come crawling on their hands and knees to the Irish bastard, begging to be an ally, or they've been standing on the other side of a line that they did not dare cross for fear of utter annihilation and pure Armageddon. However, it appears to me that one of the men who stood at the forefront of spitting in the face of every single solitary thing the Bullet Club did, the man who represented everything the Bullet Club was not, the man who strove to succeed in ways the Bullet Club never could, well, he now sits at the helm of the Bullet Club. None other than promo wrestling's biggest hypocrite himself, Eric Jesse, the Mullet Man, the GM, whatever you might want to call him. All I can say, my friend, is that you're nothing but the world's biggest hypocrite. And the fact that you call yourself leader of that little Capgun committee speaks volumes to where you stand in your career. See, no matter how many times the little Bullet Club came crawling, I would never, ever call myself a member, let alone the leader of such a mediocre title. And, well, alongside you, you have your two little cronies, him, H.I.M., who gives a flying F-U-C-K who H.I.M. is. Because H.I.M. is none other than the result of the smear on the bottom of the left-hand side of my wrestling attire for the evening. Because after I rain a Celtic crucifix down on that pretty little rookie's chest, it's going to cave in on him, and then and there I'm going to put an end to his career with one foul swoop, the crack of his chest bones, and one last gasp for air. And that will bring me on to his partner, Triple M. See, I remember a time when I was once in a nice little organization known as Triple M, the Manic Monsters of Madness, and see, we proved on a daily basis why we meant what we said, and we proved that we were indeed manic. We proved that we were indeed monsters. We proved that we were the maddest of mad there ever will be in promo wrestling. So that leaves me to you, my little shortcoming of a legacy, my little friend who's trying to pick up the torch that we left. This is me snubbing out your little flame as easy as 1, 2, 3. Because Triple M gets stopped by the STB, the Irish bastard, Stephen Barron, tonight, because the Irish bastard knows nothing more than the utter evisceration of his foes. And, well, when you stand in the way of what is supposed to be an honorable match between two rough competitors, well, I'll decide to make it twice as dishonorable as you ever will. I'll decide to make it 10 times more tenacious. I'll decide to come down to that ring and show you exactly what wrestling means. Because tonight, well, the fact that you all decided to try to show your faces and try to up-jump and get that little edge over this King of Fear himself, Randy King, well, that leaves you all nothing but the most ignorant of ignorant men. Because, see, every man in a place of greatness has allies that either rival or exceed his own greatness. And when that man comes into times of dire straits, these allies will come in knowing that someday that man will one day return that favor to them. And that will be your shortcoming tonight, Mr. Thomas Austin. That will be your shortcoming tonight, Eric Jesse, Triple M and HIM, him himself, because all four of you combined do not stand up to the unbridled might of a man who's looking to get the upper hand over another and to have a favor due his way. And that is why each and every one of you are going to meet the bottom of my boots if you try to interfere tonight. So when you come on down to that ring, and I will welcome each and every one of you, I will remind you all why I stood at the forefront of the hardcore division in CPW, unmatched, unrivaled, and unstoppable for as long as I desired to. I will remind you all, well, who your two-time CPW World Heavyweight Champion is, the man to be and the man to beat is. Because tonight the Irish Bastard is going to do nothing but snap spines, crack necks, shattered jaws. And my friends, I'm not talking about a straight shot or an uppercut. I'm talking about the fans in the crowd, because by the time I'm done, their jaws will be shattered on the goddamn floor from how many times I've left it dropped. And that's not me being egotistical. That's not me speaking above my own talent. That's me reminding you all exactly why I entertain, how I entertain, and why I am the bane of the existence of every single solitary man who tries to snip this lion's mane. Because Thomas Austin, you may be the lion where you're from, but man, I'm the lone wolf who picks lions apart on a daily basis, because the North will remember every single solitary movement you will make for the rest of your career. And believe me, with me on the other end of every single fence that you try to climb, you'll never find a more voracious, tenacious, unstoppable, unclassable entity of a rival. And that is what you've warranted for each and every one of yourselves on this night, by trying to align yourselves as men who've fallen in the past as a bullet club in the name of fear. Because when fear comes knocking at your door, well, expect him to bring every other thing that's ever made you go fucking bump in the night. Every single time you woke up with a cold sweat, every single time you awoke wondering why is my brain processing these thoughts? Well, that is what you will witness by the time myself, Randy King, and any other man with a goddamn pair of balls between his legs and a set of pride and loyalty pumping through his veins will do to you tonight. Now, this is the Irish Bastard signing off. Can't wait.